Do you want to just come a little bit closer there? Just for a level check, just your first and last name and spell
Check,
for me.
check. Kalan Porter, Kalanporter.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah, we're good to go.
We're good to go?
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so what are you doing here in LLoydminster?
We're playing a show tonight. It's the second show of our new tour, so we're really excited to be here. And we had a great night last night in Prince Albert, and now we're here. We've worked out all the bugs over there, and now we're in Alberta, so it's going to be great.
Okay, now with this whole tour, it's a bit different than usual. What's different about it?
Well, we've done about 70 shows kind of with the full band and drummer, bass, everything. This show is kind of a bit different. It's a lot more intimate. I'm just with a guitar player and a keyboard player, and it's a completely different show. We've kind of reworked the songs into really interesting arrangements, and I'm playing violin and viola and piano and drums and all kinds of stuff. So it's a really fun show.
I've noticed lately with artists they have been doing that kind of thing where they're getting more intimate and interactive with the audience. How does that help your performance?
Well, in a way, I get more nervous when it's a smaller crowd and it's more intimate because you can see people right there. When you're playing in a really big room, you can't really see the faces and that kind of thing. But I think it's really important that people get a chance to kind of come and be a part of something really, really intimate. And every night we do something different and throw in different things. And so it's really a special kind of event that if someone comes to, it's going to be a unique kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay, and last night, tell me how that went for you.
It went really well. We were pretty nervous because we weren't sure how the show was going to go over. We were trying a lot of new things. I was playing instruments that I haven't played on stage for a long time. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but I think it went over really well, and the response seems to be really good. So yeah. I'd never want to go out on the road thinking, oh, this is the last one was so much better. You really try to improve every time. And after every show, we sat down with the band after the show last night and figured out what worked and what do we need to change and what do we want to do differently and that kind of thing. And that's part of being in the industry and entertaining, I guess. I really wanted to make this show a show and not just come up and play the songs off the album, because people would buy the album if that's all they wanted. They want to be entertained and have a real show, and so I think tonight is kind of an event almost, with all the different things we're doing. So. Okay,
let's talk about your song "Hooray." Is that?
Yep.
Now, everybody at the station when we watched it, we thought it was absolutely hilarious. You actually look a lot different.
Well, I got rid of the curly. The curly hair. It was just really getting old. I don't know. Maybe it'll make a comeback, but I don't know. Not tonight.
Well, now in that one part it said, "Nice hair, jackass."
Yeah. Well, it's fun to because a lot of people, I don't take myself that seriously, and
clearly.
Yeah, and so it's fun to just kind of make fun, and I think a lot of times people always thought I was shy, reserved, and didn't really think I had much of a personality, I guess. So I kind of want to show people that I do.
Now in that video, who was that lady that was that grandma?
Well, she was an actress. When we were working through the thing through the idea, I said, well, do we want to fly in my real grandma? And we decided against that. It probably wouldn't have been the best. So we got an actress, and she was crazy, but she was really cool.
It was hilarious though. And was it hard to spell all those words on the board?
Well, we sort of did it. We worked through it and worked out a plan and sort of had a way that we were going to do it. So but it was pretty crazy.
It looked like by the end of the video though, you guys kind of squashed the whole doing it in order as a Scrabble.
Yeah. We wanted it to get just kind of crazier as it went, and it's gone really well. The first week that we put it up on YouTube, it got about 50,000 hits, and it's slowly been building since then. And we also have there's a secret message hidden in the video that there's a website that people can go to and send Scrabble messages to people. So it's really been a good online tool, and that's something I've really tried to embrace with the new album is using the internet a lot more, because there's so much you can use and so much potential that the internet gives artists.
Right, with kind of exposing everything and being interactive with the fans.
Yeah, well, it's kind of broken down the barriers, whereas before it was what if you were able to get on TV or in the radio, and that was kind of it. This is now people have a choice of what they want to listen to, and so it's changing the music industry completely, from downloading to everything, and it's going to be exciting what happens in the next 10-15 years.
Yeah, it's interesting. And now you're pretty local here. You're from Medicine Hat. How does it feel to be coming around your neck of the woods?
Oh, it's great. I spend a lot of time in Toronto, and it's so fast paced, and it's just it's such a different place. And I live in an apartment building, and there's ladies with little dressed up dogs and stuff like that. And to come back to Alberta, just low key, it's nice. So.
Do you think that since your Canadian Idol experience that you were like a farm boy. How has that changed you? Your experience here with?
I was pretty young when I got into it. I was just 18, and so it was it's been pretty crazy. I think I've grown up quite a bit, naturally, I guess, throughout the whole thing. You would, and I think it shows through the music too. The newest album I spent time writing, and actually wrote a lot of it while my mom was going through cancer, and so it really affected me in the writing process. And so I think the new album's a lot more mature and more grown up.
I actually watched your speech for the CIBC Run for the Cure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because you do come across very shy and stuff, and I thought you handled yourself really well, and you were very well spoken. Now, how has this whole experience with your mom kind of affected your whole career?
Well, it was, I took some time off to go home and be with my mom through her chemo and treatments and that kind of thing. And I knew doing that it could be pretty detrimental to my career. I know that this industry can be pretty fickle, and so but I knew that going in and walking away. But I knew that was what I needed to do, and it was so necessary that I go home and be with mom and with family, and I'm so glad I made that decision.
And how is your mom doing now? Is she?
Yeah, she's doing really well. I think I just called her and asked her where she was, and she said, "I'm driving." And I said, "Where are you driving?" And so she's coming to the show tonight. So she's making the road trip. Yeah. So.
Oh, is it nice to have your family come out?
Yeah, it'll be great. It's nice that there's going to be at least mom and dad in the crowd, if no one else.
No, when your mom and dad, don't say that. You do that a lot. I noticed in your videos and your thing too, when you're in the CIBC Run for the Cure, like, well, one person will sell buy my CD. You have tons of people like on your fan sites and everything on Facebook, on MySpace, and everything like that. Do you guys know how many people are going to be here?
I don't know. I don't know yet. Yeah, I guess it's whoever. It's always kind of nerve-wracking when you go to do a show. If it's going to be sold out or what's going to happen. But I think it's going to be cool. Hopefully, lots of people. Now,
when your parents do come show up to your gigs, now do they criticize you, or like you should have done this, or do they give you feedback?
Yeah, they do, and it's actually good because there's a lot of people in the industry that have either you're paying or that your family you can trust 100%, and they just have your best interests in mind. So it's good. I like to see what mom and dad have to say about the show. They haven't seen this new one yet, so I think they're a little nervous too. When we were really young, she would drag us just kicking and screaming to music lessons, and we hated it. We lived on a ranch, and we wanted to be outside and building forts and being kids, and mom was great, but she definitely pushed us to work really hard at music, and I do thank her so much now, because I'm not sure on my own if I would have stuck with it. There was a lot of times when I wanted to quit.
Is it hard for you now though, like being a farm boy, like and now you've got a completely different lifestyle in Toronto, big city, and like how do you adjust like to kind of find a balance for yourself?
Well, staying in touch with family, I think, really keeps you grounded, and is pretty important to me. It's pretty easy to get caught up in the whole thing and say, oh, my song only did this, or that kind of thing. And when you realize, you take a step back and see the people that you grew up playing music with, and they're still just trying to make a break, and you have to be pretty thankful that you got a shot at it and just make the best of it. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, anyways.
Okay, have you become more high maintenance at all?
Maybe a little bit. Today I left my contacts in the other in the hotel back in Prince Albert, and so I'm kind of like half blind right now. So I'm telling my tour manager, I need contacts. We gotta get contacts. So
I want Evian.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's like try to be try to not let it change you at all. That's kind of what I think, anyways.
Well, it's good with like Canadian Idol versus like American Idol. I mean, it's more like laid back kind of. We don't have that kind of paparazzi or people like getting too into the whole limelight and stuff. So you guys don't have that kind of pressure at all.
Yeah, no, it's nice that in Canada, people are a little more polite with that kind of thing, and but are still very supportive. So I'm looking forward to this tour. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing the reaction from people.
Okay, and from here, where are you guys going? You don't have to
guess,
name all of it, but
yeah, tomorrow we're in Fort Saskatchewan, and then Edmonton, and then we sort of head our way back, and then we do some shows out east too. So.
Okay, what's your favorite place to play?
Well, I'd have to say Alberta, and no offense to all the fans everywhere else, but it's just it's home, and I love being back home in Alberta. So.